This is one way to do an intro, just when the loading screen or title screen takes so long to load that you have no choice but to do one. But normally my intros are pretty fucking long for almost anything I do. But basically I'll be playing Battlefront 2 for the first time in a long time. I don't know that I've ever played Battlefront 1 actually, and I don't mean the original, like the ones that came out in the earlier mid 2000s that everybody talks about and says they were so much better, they're such classics. But I should probably play those at some point, and also probably fittingly on the Saturday format. But this is normally a format that's meant for me playing something I haven't played ever before. But this obviously I've played on and off over the years. It's been at least a couple years though since I last played it. And generally I actually liked it quite a bit. Right? I don't hate it the way that you hear so many negative things about it and people shit on it so much. You get all the nice AAA aspects of the graphics are really good. Certainly for the first game they were over the top. This is almost the kind of thing that could get you copyright though. Like this is from a movie. This isn't from a game, so that it's always weird how that could be, just with the music and stuff. Fuel point available, so this account might not have anything actually on it. Like it won't show that I've ever played the game before, but whatever. I can't remember what I even used then. I don't even own the game, I don't think. I've always played it on like EA or some other third-party thing. So like I never actually bought the game. I just have like EA Play or whatever, some kind of subscription. So I pay $5 every time just so I can play it like a couple times, and then I get bored of it, and then I feel like you're paying for 1 month of a free subscription to something just so you get the game free with it. So it's still, I'd probably not played the full price that you'd have to pay for it even in all the times of having done that. It's kind of stupid, but it's always been on that, so I don't know, that's kind of weird. You have one or more skill points to use, so yeah. Basically, my experience with the game is I just kind of played it on and off a little bit, dicked around. I don't know that I've ever done the spaceship battles and stuff like that. I've mainly just done whatever, like the Jedi versus the Sith and the kind of overall just deathmatch and whatever the big royale battle kind of thing is. It's not really like a battle royale. It's just more like always knows how to start a documental. What do you call it? There's these big battles that you have, like how George Lucas talked to Steven Spielberg, one of the funniest clips ever, talking about the Gungans versus the whatever. It's going to be like War and Peace, literally War and Peace. But that's basically what some of these battles feel like, but it's like you're on the ground and you're shooting and whatever. But the problem is there's a few criticisms I have of the game, despite generally liking it, despite, a lot of people not liking it. Okay, so there's the AAA aspect where it's even beyond that. It's like quadruple A with respect to the graphics, certainly for the time when the first one came out. I think it was like 2015 or something. They look fucking incredible. They're some of the best graphics you'll see. But the trade-off with that is obviously it's one of those multiplayer sort of map-based games where you only see so much of it. So it's like in a very controlled environment, like Call of Duty or something. So you'll be doing the same maps over and over with the same mechanics over and over, but that does allow them to take some liberty and really put a lot of juice into it. So it's going to have better graphics than a single-player game or an open-world game or something like that. That's one good thing. Certainly the sound design is there, the sound of the lightsabers, the blasters, the whatever, the spaceships, everything is there. It's just, it feels really like they're trying to make it feel exactly like the movies, like you're in the movies, right? So those are all the good things about it. The bad thing is that it feels almost like an arcade game where you go in, you play it for a bit, and then that's it. There wasn't a lot of resonance or staying power, like where it really makes you feel like you want to keep coming back to it. I mean, you might laugh, but like even games like Overwatch or Hearthstone or whatever, right? Somehow those games still have more resonance where it feels like I could play them for years, and I played at least Hearthstone since it came out for like 10 plus years. So how is it that a card game can have that resonance, but a game with mechanics as robust and everything like this doesn't? There's just no sense of progression or anything that really feels like, I don't know. It always just feels like it's fun when you play it, but then you just forget about it, and then there's no desire to come back to it. Not that I'm the type to come back to multiplayer games a lot anyway. Like I'll space them out and just, do it as a one-off thing, but just I can't really see people playing this as involved as they do so many other things, like League of Legends. How can, I'd rather play this than League of Legends, but how is it that people play that for literally millions of hours? Or like Fortnite. Maybe that's what got me in the mood for this, because I think last week that was my Saturday day format. That also wasn't a game I'm playing for the first time. I had obviously played Fortnite before, but just for whatever reason somebody had requested it and I felt like it, so I'm kind of in the mood to play these one-off sort of multiplayer games that I could make a little mini series of it. Every hero or something gets their own permanent thing. If I loses them, I have to move on to the next one. So there's a good amount of game modes, but it feels like relatively just you go in, you do your thing, and that's it, right? So that's fine too. There's nothing even wrong with it. It's just maybe a little bare bones, maybe lacks some depth of design in some other ways. Not even so much depth in terms of the mechanics, because I'm sure people are tryharding probably to this day with lightsaber duels and all this kind of stuff, trying to RP as their favorite characters and stuff. So I'm not saying there's not nuance to those mechanics, but there's not nuance to it maybe at a deeper level, like what is the draw that keeps you coming back. But that's one thing. Then the other thing is very specific that I remember really disliking. You're in a lightsaber duel, right? And they're trying to recreate the feel of the movies and whatever, but there's this stupid fucking dash ability that you can do that people spam the shit out of, where every character just like lunges forward or lunges to the side and back and stuff like that. That's not something that you actually see them do in the duels or in the movies, and so that's something I definitely objectively feel like is just bad. It should have like a long cooldown to it, or you shouldn't be able to do it at all or anything like that. The fights are always about like this close quarters thing where sure they might be doing flips and stuff, but they're always like in close proximity to each other. It's not like this weird cheese thing, right? This is what happens whenever you leave it to players. They're just going to be cheesing and zipping around by doing this fucking strafe back and forth. That is not at all how it should feel. And the second thing is the clashing of the sabers isn't as satisfying as it should be. It almost feels like it doesn't happen, or it's kind of like you're glancing blows on them and stuff like that. It's not really the connection that you feel like from the story and the movies and everything like that. It's more like, I don't know, it doesn't really work at the same level. I'm sure that is a mechanic where it is sort of clashing, but it doesn't. That's the most satisfying thing about a lightsaber. It's not when it hits its target. When it hits its target, it's when it hits another lightsaber, because that's what's happening the majority of the time. Because there's such a sense of finality. As soon as it hits somebody, it's gonna chop off their arm or their head or whatever, and it's just over. You have one or more skill points. Okay, we've seen that. Luke, Hoth, or what probably is the case is the game is probably exactly the same. Not only from when I played it, but maybe from when it came out, because what is really the point of it? And there was a whole big thing where the microtransaction element with respect to, first it had microtransactions, then they got rid of them, then it turned into like you just buy the game period, or like it lost some amount of support or something. Legion starter bundle. This crate contains the Phase 1 Clone Trooper Legion armors of the 104th Battalion, 212th Attack Battalion, 41st Elite Corps, 327th Star Corps. Of course, I know what all these things are. The 91st Recon Corps. I just have such a long history of bashing Lucas with the prequels and the dialogue, because I used to be something of a movie critic, and I always would make fun. So people always think I hate Star Wars, but I don't. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I just kind of respect it to a certain extent. Certainly the original had its tremendous cultural significance, but I don't like the fanboy bullshit element to it. Like, people will come up with these elaborate... The best example is Mace Windu using a purple lightsaber. If you look up videos or something, why does Mace have a purple lightsaber? They'll come up with these elaborate fan theories and retcon kind of things. Like, oh, well, it's actually because he uses both sides of the Force and he uses the dark side. So it's... Dude, the real reason is Samuel Jackson said, I think a purple lightsaber would be cool. Can I have one? And Lucas said, yes. You can actually look up the clip of them saying that. Yeah, you might get a purple lightsaber. That's literally it. But people come up with this in-universe, like, sort of apologist thing. Everything is just, like, rhyme and reason to it, even if Lucas himself admits he didn't know what the fuck he was doing and was just pulling shit out of thin air. They'll still sort of be apologists, so they'll come up with this super elaborate explanation for every little thing when really it's just a retcon, or really he didn't know what he was doing. The 91st Recon Corps plus Phase 1 plus Phase 2 versions of Camouflage 41st Ranger Platoon, the old 41st Elite Corps appearance, and an extra 60,000 credits. Like, I don't know what the fuck this shit is. But presumably this is something you get when you just first make an account. I guess my favorite mode would be just you go in there and do like a 3v3, right? Like a heroes versus villain type of thing. But again, the one thing that hurts that a lot is that dash. You'll see how much people abuse it, and of course I could do the same, but it just doesn't feel like that's not really how the fights work. you're clashing your sabers, you're shooting your lightning, you're doing whatever you're doing, like the abilities of the characters. When do you see a character in one of those duels? Oh, I'm just gonna do a little dash like 10 times in a row and just go back and forth and cheese it. Like, what the fuck is that? You might think it's a necessary element, but it should have a major cooldown or some limitation to it. Does it even have a voice chat thing? Because I always got to make sure I turn that shit off because it's so cringe. Like, imagine talking while you're playing a video game. That's the cringiest thing ever. Master volume. I don't know if my thing's even working. Whenever you tab out, it does it in like the small box, right? Like it changes the resolution, 640 by 360. But then when you go back in, it's fine. So I don't know how that works, but it might not record super well or whatever because the graphics are pretty impressive, all things considered. What is better? Oh, hey, Rev, how you been? What is better at cutting a banana, a lightsaber, or a cactus? I have no idea. Actually, we'll need a practical science demonstration to see that. Or like, what? There's like one really stupid thing about lightsabers. They say like if you shoot somebody with a gun, like a real world pistol or something, it would go through the lightsaber and kill the person behind it. But because they use blasters, they can deflect the blasters, but not a bullet. So you could just trick somebody and say, oh, whoops, I'm going to shoot you with a blaster, but it's actually a gun. And you would actually just kill Yoda or whatever. Or that's one thing I really like, actually. There's like that scene in Order 66 where they're coming up behind Yoda, like the two random clones or whatever, right? And they're about to shoot him with just like regular blasters or guns. So that's to show that no matter how powerful these people are, like Sidious or Yoda, all it would take is, yeah, you just shoot him with a blaster and that'll kill him. So, like, none of these people are like really that strong. Like when Sidious kills Plagueis in his sleep or whatever, right? His master, when he tells the tragedy of Darth Plagueis, all it would take, yeah, the guy's asleep and he just kills him. Like, that's all it takes. Maybe they made it more elaborate in the full written version of that, but like that's all it takes to kill them. So despite how powerful they are, they have to like always be on guard or aware of it. It's not like they're immortal or anything. Like, I don't know. It just makes it more believable somehow. Yeah, I don't even know really what I want to do. You get the little console thing. I'm pretty sure I only played it on PC, but it doesn't really matter. And why do I even get Luke here, of all things? But yeah, they again, in the whole AAA aspect, too, they have all the voice lines. Not that all the voice actors are going to be from the correct movies or whatever, because obviously Christopher Lee is dead and stuff like that, but just... They did a good job in that just peripheral sense, right? Getting all the sound effects, the voices, everything. Your collection here, you'll find all the characters and starfighters available for you to play. All of them can be customized with star cards. Yeah, see, I think they kind of dropped the emphasis on that at some point, though, because people were so outraged. Oh, pretty good. Let's see. Riv always asks the biggest, most important questions. What is better at cutting a banana? Holy shit. Let's see. Grievous. Who even is that? Is this just like some generic unit, or is this actually a character? Captain Phasma. Yeah, I haven't seen the sequel, so I wouldn't even know who a lot of these characters are. Or you know what's funny? People always get so mad at the whole somehow Palpatine returned, but apparently in the lore, somehow Darth Maul returns, right? I don't know at what point that is or in what series, but like, he dies in The Phantom Menace, he gets cut in half and goes down a shaft, similar to how the Emperor dies, but then he comes back and nobody complains about that. So there's too much of that retcon pushing stuff forward. Leia, this looks nothing like Leia at all. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? Yeah, let's just compare their appearances. Like, okay, that looks very much like his armor. Okay, I don't know who that is really. That looks pretty good. Or yeah, like even how they overuse some of the characters. This is gonna just turn into a critique on the movies. Like how Anakin in The Phantom Menace is just a kid, but they force him into this thing like he has to blow up the whole command ship or this or that. Like, it just feels forced. And like how you see a Wookiee like in Revenge of the Sith or whatever, it's like it doesn't have to be Chewbacca, it could just be another Wookiee, but no, it has to be always the characters that you're familiar with, and they just always have to do that. Or even like they throw in R2-D2 and C-3PO, like they do too many things where it feels like forced. They're just doing it just because you're familiar with them. This is like fan service when it doesn't make sense. Like, why would they be there? They don't have to be involved in every little thing that happens in the universe or in the story. Yoda looks kind of old in the profile picture. Yeah, and there's something weird with the whole aging. Actually, it looks pretty similar to Revenge of the Sith, though. In fact, it looks almost exactly like that. Like between Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith is only like a couple decades of time, which for Yoda, who had been alive for like what 800, 900 years, wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But he goes from looking kind of like middle aged to looking old, which for him that amount of time shouldn't have made any bit of a difference. So he should almost just look exactly the same the whole time. Vader, of course, everybody's fan favorite, which it's always interesting to think about. Like, he was started off as such an archetypal, typical villain. Oh, he's evil, he's wearing black armor and like all this kind of stuff, but then obviously really grew on people. Sidious, and of course Sidious is at least properly designed here, is that you don't use the lightsaber, despite the fact that obviously they oddly make them use lightsabers like in the prequels. Like Yoda using one, a lot of people didn't like. Sidious using one makes absolutely no sense because it just doesn't feel like the sort of thing he would do or need to do, right? So it's almost like they got a little bit lazy. Like the Sith were supposed to have all these kind of other powers and force powers that you don't get to see. Lightning is just one of them, but then it turns into, oh, everybody just uses a lightsaber because it's just easier, and that's just kind of what we're used to. But it could have gone a different direction. On Solo, some of their faces do look a little bit goofy. Iden Versio, I have no fucking idea who that is. Kylo Ren, obviously. Whatever I've seen of him, I've seen some clips or whatever. I haven't seen the movies. His acting is actually really good, though. Adam Driver. And then Lando Calrissian, who apparently Lucas put in the Empire Strikes Back because he was accused of being racist in the first movie. Like, oh, everybody's white. As if that should matter in a movie with aliens and all these other creatures that have no real race attached to them. I don't know how you can think of it like that. I don't understand what they were thinking with her face here. Maybe they didn't have Carrie Fisher's blessing to put her likeness in here or something like that. I don't know. Like how Charles Barkley always holds out and says, I'm not going to be in the NBA 2K games for whatever reason. Where is the C-3PO guy? Yeah, I don't think I don't think you get to see him here, actually. That's weird. I would say, oh, maybe you just can't play as him, but apparently you can play as all these other vehicles and stuff. Kylo Ren, the Silencer. Apparently that's his ship, I guess. Luke, obviously, here. And of course, that scene is hilarious in retrospect because you think about, he says to the Emperor, I won't even end up playing the game because I don't even have that much time. Like, I'll literally just sit here in the menu for a fucking hour and that'll be my session. This is great. But no, like, you take, he says to Sidious, I'm a Jedi like my father before me, and then throws his lightsaber away, and then he gets blasted by the Emperor's lightning. Compare that to like what Mace Windu does. He just blocks it with the lightsaber, or even Obi-Wan does that to like Dooku. So in other words, you can be a Jedi like your father before you and not throw the lightsaber away like a fucking total idiot and get killed. You could just block it with that. So like playing defensively is not being evil or giving into the dark side. You're just defending yourself from the lightning or whatever. Maybe he didn't know what the lightning was or anything like that. Maul obviously conveniently has that double-sided saber. The middle of this one seems way bigger than the actual one, though. I think in the movie, the size of it's only like from here to here, right? Like hardly bigger than his hand. This one's huge. What the fuck is that? But he does look pretty accurate and everything like that. Ray Park, who barely says any lines at all. Ray, everybody hates. And one thing that they do here that's actually wrong, even according to the lore, is the fact that never seen this game, now I expect a lot. What do you mean? You've never seen anybody play this game before, really? Is the fact that the Jedi mind trick is in there, right? Like, it wouldn't work on any of these characters because all these characters are not weak-minded, which they have to be. Like, it would work on a stormtrooper or something. So for this to be able to be used to kill any of these characters and make them run off a cliff, like, it's not really lore accurate. Not saying a lot of the things in the game are, but that one really shouldn't be one of her core abilities. Just because she happens to use it and she's kind of good at it, right? Like, she may as well use lightning, because at one point apparently she uses lightning just randomly, even though that's something you're supposed to be able to have to learn over a long period of time. Even Darth Vader doesn't know how to use lightning, apparently, or at least you never see him do that. Yeah, there's so many retcons and other series, Clone Wars, this and that. I should start a React channel where I just do shit like that because that's such a hot form of content on YouTube now that I've actually committed some effort to doing YouTube stuff and actually uploading stuff. But yeah, I've only seen like the 6 movies, obviously the first 6. I haven't seen any other series, any other show, the sequels, nothing else. Yeah, Rey, Daisy Ridley, which she's had like a rough career outside of those movies though. She hasn't been in anything that really notable. Yoda looks pretty good actually. Oh yeah, there's one problem with Yoda's lightsaber. If you watch any of the scenes where he duels somebody, which is mainly just Dooku and Sidious, if you actually pause it or slow it down, I wish I could show this actually in like a scene or something, but I don't want to bother. If his opponent doesn't block his lightsaber slice, guess what happens? Because his lightsaber is so short, maybe to match his own height, but that doesn't really make sense or apply. If they didn't block it, it wouldn't hit them because it's not long enough. So literally, they could just not do anything, and his lightsaber will never hit his opponent because he's never close enough, because it's never long enough, because it's not the same size as a normal lightsaber would be for anybody else. So it's actually comical to think about. They're blocking it from hitting the air in front of them because he just can't reach. Like, I don't know if that's something they just didn't think about, or it really makes no sense. You can literally like freeze frame it and see that. Okay, this is one of the characters from the sequels, Finn. And apparently he like used to be a stormtrooper or something. I don't even know how I know some of this stuff. I guess probably just in watching memes or comments over time. Captain Phasma, maybe a villain from that. Grievous, kind of a, you know, overrated character in a way. Like, he's always so weak and running away from people, but yet he's got a collection of lightsabers, so I don't know what to really make of it. Obi-Wan looks pretty good. He's got that classic pose. Dooku is one of my favorites just for the acting and his voice and stuff. His elegant sort of whole demeanor and everything. Although one of the great inconsistencies of the series with that is just with respect to when Anakin's about to kill him, he should have just ratted the Emperor out, right? Like it was some sort of setup that the Emperor pretended to get kidnapped and whatever, Dooku was in on it, but he doesn't say anything. He just sits there and lets himself get killed. Like, what does he have to lose there, really? Okay, Anakin, obviously, is going to be... Yeah, this game only had like 66 viewers on Twitch, too, so apparently it's not that popular, although I guess in this day and age you wouldn't expect it to be. They almost need like a Battlefront 3, or like I said, I'll just go back and try to play the older ones, but the problem there is the player base will be starved out, too. Isn't he always normally wearing like a black glove or something? Or maybe that's before he lost his... Oh, that's his other one, I see. So it's like... it could be a joke where you say... I forget what that template is, but it's like... What an amazing midichlorian count you have. It'd be a pity if something happened to it. What a convenient plot contrivance to say we're going to take both his arms and legs and everything so that he is the chosen one and his potential would be the highest, even above Yoda and stuff. But you can't use it because those are tied to your actual skin and blood. So you're going to be mostly machine. So even if you reach your max potential, it's not going to be the full 27,000 or whatever midichlorians that you supposedly had. And of course, that's the biggest criticism of the prequels of all, is you take sort of the mystery and the wonder of the Force and working your way out from rags to riches or whatever, like, you know, the ability to self-actualize yourself with it. If you work hard enough, if you study hard enough, you can be a Jedi or you can be a Force user. Nope, it all comes down to your midichlorian count. So like, there's so many stupid things that disqualifies in the series, like, okay, you could have just taken Luke's midichlorian count at the beginning of A New Hope and you would know right there what his potential is or isn't. Or you could check Palpatine's, even as a Chancellor, to see like, okay, we don't know whether he's a Sith or not or whatever, he's a bad guy, but then you would check it just to see, like that's just a necessary thing to hold office for whatever reason. Just in case you're a Sith and just in case you have a 20,000 midichlorian count, we just want to make sure so it doesn't cause any problems later. So you would at least know from the beginning. Right, he has to give a voluntary, like, urine sample or something. We have to count your midichlorians. It's like, wow, he has 20k. So whether he knows it or not, or whether he's actually a Force user or not, at least we know he could be a threat that way. Like, it's so stupid that it makes it too definitive of a thing that takes all the mystery and wonder out of it. So then every character has to be of significance, has to be related to one of these characters, which is, that's arguably true anyway. Like, Rey is related to, it doesn't even say, Rey Palpatine, right? She's related to, obviously, the Emperor, but it's like, that's the only way for it to that to happen. So it makes everything too contrived, like just to turn it into a measurable fixed thing instead of something that you at least feel like, okay, there's some amount of potential and growth. And it's like, no, you're born with 50 midichlorians and you're just screwed. You'll never be anybody because you just can't use the Force. That's it. So I don't know what any of this stuff is. Like, you go in and you do these rolls and you get a kill streak and then you earn your way up in the thing. So let's just see what kind of game modes I want to do. I don't know. Or it would be kind of amazing if we actually don't have... Or no, I don't want to actually do that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played a game mode, though, where I'm in a ship or anything. Fend off Sub-Zero threats. I love the one that, like, you're on the Wookiees planet, and it's, like, dark, and it's almost like a horror thing. And, like, stuff keeps attacking you from the woods. It's, like, a very immersive, atmospheric kind of game mode that feels very different. Jedi or Sith, who would win in a chess team war? Apparently the Jedi, because they're always white. I have that Star Wars piece set that I always use on the chess, and obviously the light side is white and the dark side is black, so white does still have the objective advantage that way. How do you see like all the other game modes, I guess? Oh, here we go. Multiplayer, co-op, single player. I didn't even know there was a single player, I guess. I never bothered with it. I should do a first playthrough permadeath of that at some point. Yeah, that might be what this is. Co-op missions like the First Order, show no mercy and prove your allegiance to the First Order. Resistance. Yeah, see, I'm more objective than the Star Wars fan base because it's like I might like certain aspects of it, but I don't love it, and I'm not going to be a fanboy over it. And I also don't hate it the irrational way that some people do, just for the sake of it, or just because it's popular or something. But what's telling, this is a good psychological thing, not even like a critique of the movies or something. It's like, you look at the fan base, when the prequels came out, everybody shat over George Lucas, and fans were like rabid and all this kind of stuff, like, oh, they suck and this and that, and certainly the dialogue is very questionable. But when the prequels came out, everybody hated Lucas and thought they sucked. Then when the sequels came out, everybody thinks they suck. So it's almost like they'll hate anything that comes out no matter what it is. And then there's like some lowering of the standard where like, oh, well, the sequels are apparently worse than the prequels, so that makes the prequels look better. But it's like maybe they're just both bad, or maybe people are just looking at the other, the original through rose-colored glasses or something. Or maybe, I don't know, there's just some irrational expectation or obsessiveness that people have with it. Armies Collide, yeah, this is the one. Unfortunately, you get a lot of AI bots and stuff in there, and I don't even mind that they're there, but they don't always make it clear whether they are that. So you'll kill a couple of people and act like, oh, wow, that was so satisfying, and then you realize, oh, wait, it was actually a bot. So, as usual in these games, I always take advantage of that. Like, I get first place in my first game ever, a Spellbreak, or some other game, and it's like, oh, you only did that because you were playing against only bots, or mostly bots. Heroes and Villains is pretty cool. You just get to play as some of those major characters, and then a diverse set of game modes, explore scenarios from across the galaxy. Galactic Assault, yeah, Ewok Hunt, that's the one. Survive a night on Endor. That is actually awesome. Make an actual Star Wars survival game out of it. Okay, let's actually maybe I'll just try like each of these once. But yeah, where is the fucking, yeah, Starfighter Assault? It's not really my kind of thing that I would want to do that, but I gotta just make sure whether there's some voice chat or not, because I don't want to use that shit ever in any game. It's just so cringe and stupid. Let me see. Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, can you even still play Battlefront 1, I wonder? I don't think I ever did. You'd have a better chance playing the one from 2005, apparently, is when it came out. 2017 is when this one came out, part 2. Voice chat, but yeah, there's a lot of good voice lines and stuff. Battlefront 2 has built-in voice chat. If you invite your friends to a party, your party has automatic built-in voice feature, which is really nice. What about teammates? How many people in a party? How the hell can I mute my mic? Permanently on for anyone in my group unless they mute me. I'd rather just mute myself. Where can I turn it off? A good change of sometimes background noise and stuff. I can't do it full time. I don't see anywhere that there's actually an option for it. Let me see. Gameplay controls, video, audio, EA account, credits list. Master volume, music output, range. Output is still fine. Dynamic range, language, subtitles. Yeah, I don't see anything like that. Okay, Supremacy, Age of the Republic, Age of the Rebellion, Age of Resistance, doesn't really matter. I'll just try like each game mode once, I guess. I guess I'll check once I'm in the game to see whether it'll do that shit with the voice chat. That's such a modern gaming trope. Like, games never would used to have that. You'd have to go on Ventrilo or something to try to... Or, you know what's going to be the problem is, again, you won't be able to find a match because the game's just dead. Even though it certainly seems like the servers and everything are up and fine. It's just probably nobody's actually playing. That'd be kind of disappointing, actually. But I guess by that logic, I should just try whatever mode it's going to give me. Like, if I just play any, or... What is this one compared to that? Quick match, play any mode now, which is necessary for... Okay, Ewok Hunt. Interesting. I don't mind it, but it wasn't really my first choice for what I want to do right now. Ewok Village. Empire reels from the humiliating defeat at the Battle of Endor. As night falls, the Imperial survivors are about to learn that their Ewok nightmare has only just begun. Many characters and classes have additional passive abilities displayed in Stormtrooper. This is such a cool scenario, actually. Simple flashlight. Yeah, I don't see anything for that. I guess I won't worry about it. Yeah, right now you only have a flashlight. Players needed 5. Wait, why did it put me in here then if it wasn't ready? It said play any, but what the fuck? I would assume that means that there were actually people in that. Let me do it by myself. That's the whole funny thing with me in multiplayer games too. I don't even mind doing it by myself. I just, you know, I don't even care if I get killed or something because of it. We gotta react to scary videos online of scary noises in the forest. And it turns out that all of them are just like bobcats or animals that people who have never been in the forest before or around wildlife wouldn't know. Because like a lot of things sound like humans, like foxes and bobcats and stuff. They can scream and it sounds like a human screaming, especially like a human female. Selecting starting Ewoks in... I forget how this works exactly, but I have played it before. It's very immersive for sure. This is the kind of thing that shows you a certain amount of innovation. Like, this game mode doesn't have to be in there, but it's just cool. Like, it's not what you'd expect going into this game. So there should be more things like this. It's very inventive. Your hunter's instinct and familiarity with the moon will give you an advantage over the Empire. Or wait, it showed me... Whoops. Wait, I don't actually know what my things are here. Oh, I'd rather play as the Stormtrooper, actually, though. I don't know what these actually do. I forget how you even look at them like that. Oh, here we go, F1. See, doesn't this almost make you feel like, oh, this is like Overwatch, where every character has a fixed number set of abilities? Like, there's some sort of weird design structure that went into this, which I don't know how the original games were, but obviously, you know, it's just... It fits into a certain archetype that you wouldn't expect a universe like this to do. Hey, Zix, how's it going? Okay, so Q is Wisty's pouch. The Ewoks throw a pouch of Wisties hailing from the forest moon on Endor. These fierce fire sprites will disrupt and burn nearby enemies. The Ewok draws upon their natural instincts, allowing them to uncover single out weakened enemies. And then F is the horn. The Ewok blows into a traditional horn that inspires him, giving him damage and resistance, improving his attacks for a short time. Let's see what we want to do here. We have to play all stealthy and guerrilla warfare. There's only 2 of us versus like 9 of them. Oh shit, look at this. So E is going to be good for seeing them. But see, there's too many, so you can't do it like this. This is actually so cool. This should be the new Among Us, like Lost to the Forest. Just let them destroy themselves. You could die really easily, though. That's the problem. Like, what is really my escape plan? That would be my whole strategy. Just let them die by attrition. You don't even have to do anything at all. They can't figure fucking anything out. Or whatever dangers of the forest are here. Wait, what is all this? What is all the blue stuff? I thought there's only one other dude. Lost to the forest. Or can they like not see me or something? Because what happened there? I don't get it. Why was that guy such a clown? Yeah, I think I played this game mode a couple times, but I don't think I ever played as the Ewoks, actually. I don't even know how this is meant to work. Or again, that guy was probably a bot, despite whatever. The horn just kind of makes you stronger and stuff. I see the one guy there, but I don't really want to go in. I want to get them around an unexpected corner or something. Now they'd know where that came from. They're acting like they're bots, though. Or should now somebody's actually shooting. There's still 5 left, so maybe I played my hand too quickly. It wouldn't be that hard to figure out where you are, like... Beautiful, peaceful forest. He's using the horn. Oh shit, here we go. No, don't stack up like that, though. Yeah, they seem to have no awareness, actually, of where we are. Even when I run out in the open like that. Why did I go back there? Lost to the forest, lost to the forest. Fucking go for it now. There's only 3 of them left, so they can't do shit. Oh, shit. Okay, maybe they can do something. I take it back. I mean, you can't be that Rambo-style stupid, but... Sometimes it feels like they're dying in ways that are a little bit, not even to our credit, but... Why do I keep doing that? I don't get it. That would be a sick kill, but I'm too much of a clown to actually pull it off. What the fuck? That proves it's a player at least, because all the other times we'll still win. Or you still get to respawn even if you die, so I guess that's kind of what it's counting it as. I thought you would only get like 1 life. Oh, let's use this. Let's get the final kill on this clown. Where is he? Or he'll just get lost to the forest somehow. Yeah, I really don't get how some of these things work. A lot of this must be AI because... Like the other... I keep trying to call them Wookiees. The other ones are not players because I only see one... Or maybe there are more. I don't know. What's happening? This is very unfair, dude. This one poor guy is going to be Shroud, and he's actually going to go God mode and actually kill us all. This is just not really fair to him. What the fuck is going on? Why is this guy so evasive compared to everybody else? It's the one dude left. What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck? Who is this guy and why is he so good? We killed all the other ones. Okay, we still win, but you get that little celebratory music that would be similar to what plays at the end of the Return of the Jedi. That guy was a fitting final opponent, I guess. I don't know why he was so good. Yeah, that was pretty good. I guess I can't determine what game modes we're actually playing because you'll just have to hope you get a queue for one of them. I'm not going to wait around forever. Yeah, we are starting as if it was a fresh account though, too. Let's see. Why is he giving me so many right away? Okay, rank 3. I mean, you have to quit, don't you? Why is it? Yeah, I don't see what you do with the credits either. You just mine cosmetics. I don't know to what extent it could be pay to win. Disguise as Skiff Guard. The Outcast. I'm not going to worry about the missions right now. I kind of want to mainly do the heroes and the villains one at least once. We should do Supremacy at least once and heroes and villains at least once. Let's just try that then. The format where the intro is actually longer than the game itself, but it's just such a... There's so many takes I have on this universe over time. Some of them positive, some of them negative, some of them just clowning the whole thing. Just very, very interesting the amount that people take out of it. It's like people get too obsessed with stuff like this. That's my thing. It can be good and fun, but like, damn, dude. They just take it too far. Or like even from a production standpoint, like how many TV shows and how many movies and how many fucking things do you want? Like there'll be episode 10 now with Rey's Jedi Order and all this kind of stuff. Like it just never fucking ends, dude. And I said that like with Pokemon. Like at what point is it enough? Like it's been around for decades. They never intended for this. That they'll come up with... They'll run out of ideas for Pokemon and they just become weirder and weirder. One that's a keychain. One that's like a bracelet. Like a... I don't know what the fuck is going on, dude. Armies collide on both on and above the battlefront in this objective-based tug of war. Ground forces compete for control of command posts determined by an enemy's capital ship and destroy it from within. Now this one you just... how do we see... Oh yeah, just double check this. I'm just paranoid that that'll actually be on and it's stupid, but you start as like these little droids or whatever, and then you get like a kill streak or you earn points, and then you can actually play as one of these better characters. So this would determine, I guess, depending on what age you chose, that determines what characters you get. So you're not going to get Darth Vader here because there is no Darth Vader, or there is no even Anakin. You'd be like, maybe you can play as baby Anakin or something. We join in the middle of this. I don't understand actually what's happening. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is kind of the main game mode that you're gonna get. And I don't know who is actually a player and not. Like... And I don't like that because it makes it feel blend in a little bit too much. Like you almost can't tell. You can kind of guess by the usernames and stuff, but it makes it feel too what the fuck. See, that makes it feel kind of like, oh, pay to win. He has a strong Jedi thing that he bought, but actually, and maybe there is a way that you pay in and get an advantage that way, but the reality is that you can earn it just through getting a streak or whatever by doing well.
Capture the command posts.
It's like getting a kill streak bonus in COD or something. You get some sort of a stupid whatever airstrike or something. I actually completely forgot the controls too. Let's see.
A Jedi has been spotted.
Jedi has been spotted. It looks like, you know, yeah, I like all the voice lines. It's a very good thing, especially for all the main characters and stuff. Let's see, what are we even trying to do? 79% capture the command post. Okay, we want to go for C or D, or maybe the more logical thing to do would be just to... Fuck. That can be what happens a lot. Pretty much sums up the experience. You'll just die in like 0.5 seconds. Snap available. Okay, so we could do one of those. Well, let's just wait, I guess. Let's try to actually play good in this context before we need to upgrade to something else. Or like I'm the type of dude who would enjoy playing as this like just the whole time, or just RPing as a droid or whatever just to see. But you'd have to be at least a little better to do that. Yeah, I've rarely been so at a loss to describe a game because it's good while you're playing it, but then something's missing, right? Like I don't know what to make of it. Best way to say it is it's like an arcade game. Okay, that's like gonna show you where the enemies are. This one turns it into like a shotgun. I do remember these now. I haven't been using my abilities like so far, obviously. That just switches it, and then this is like a grenade of some sort. Now, is that a AI? It must be, because I would never get the kill otherwise. I forget how you roll or do anything either. I mean, even if it is, it's still fun to do this, but it just... something is annoying about it. It's like they try to trick you into thinking 2-player kill streak, but is that really a player? Should that really count then? So these are the dudes who are always entrenched with like the Trade Federation and shit. Now that seems like actually a player, which means he's not going to die. Defeated, assisted, return to objective. Even the game is fucking talking shit. I'm malfunctioning. You could say it's an important part of the battle that you don't want to just have players there, but that's the whole fun of it. There should be 40 versus 40 players, to whatever extent that matters. So there'll be, you know, it is kind of cool though, because it'll be like you kill a bunch of random AI controlled ones, but then the one unit who's not an AI will really stand out and be like, wow, you know, that was an epic battle, and you can really tell the difference. That's like a droideka, or however you say it. Fucking look how well we're doing, and I survived for so long, and then you just get absolutely clowned by this dude. Who even is that supposed to be? I can't even tell. I'm actually having fun just playing as this. Let's not even worry about it for now, because it looks like we're still gonna win. What is this? What's happening? Wait, what's going on? Defeated in combat. Why do I have to choose one of these? Oh, it's just kind of like choosing a player rather than a location to spawn at. What are we trying to do? Boarding. Board the ships to gain bonus time. How do you even board it? I don't get it. G. Okay. Board the ship. Assault level 3. I have no fucking idea what's going on half the time. At least one of those people we killed was a player. I wonder if this is what Battlefield is like with all the vehicles, and I've never played a Battlefield game before, but it probably would be the same style of game. It's like huge 40 versus 40 matchups and tanks and ships and all this kind of crazy crap.
I am as impressed as my programming allows.
Yeah, I wonder if it's lagging a little bit too on stream. I can't even tell by watching, but just the graphics are too good for my 2020 elite gaming laptop to handle. Oh yeah, this is how they do it. So then you have to go from here, and then you still have to finish them off. So if you fail now, then they get another chance, or like then they win or whatever. I don't know why it's making me do that now instead of just starting at a point. Maybe because we don't control any point. Or you know what you could do in an RP sense is like when you're on the ground level like that, what we were just doing, we have to play only as a droid, but then when we are on here in this next phase, then we get to play as a higher level thing. So like now we can upgrade to whoever I want, I think, almost. I'll wait for like fucking Count Dooku, but then I'll probably embarrass myself and get destroyed because whatever. I'm not really in a rush to do that. We're doing fine.
We're taking control of the objective.
So who is even hitting us here? Could use this little scout thing a little more. Okay, that's just like a turret or something. Let's see if we can do that perfect nade in there, which I didn't exactly do. Just one lowly droid trying to make my way in the galaxy. This is exactly what I would do too, because General Grievous is here, but that's a good thing, right? He's on our side. I could literally be General Grievous, or maybe it doesn't let you be somebody if you're already if there already is one. I don't know what's even going on. Like, I guess we're losing this one, kind of. Destroy the reactor cores, or maybe we keep making progress.
We have been joined by Darth Maul.
Darth Maul as well. We got Grievous, Maul. Like, how could we possibly lose? In a way, I almost wish there was a mode, maybe there is, where you only play as these and there are no heroes, just to, you know, because this raw gameplay can be fun like this too. So everything's on an equal level and you don't feel like, you know, you get bullshitted by stuff like that. Which obviously is a big part of the fun. You want that, but... Why is it taking so long? Playing the objective, but I'm gonna die probably. Look at that guy, fucking clown, right off the side.
Need to concentrate your firepower on the final objective. It's taking
Fucking
damage.
Luke, or is that Anakin? Or wait, how could that be? I thought this. I just got done saying that this is in the era of the old Republic or whatever. Maybe it's not exactly time accurate. Who knows?
Lord has joined us. Maul is here.
Fuck. Sacrifice, player damage 13. Somebody's doing some kind of Fortnite dance in the background. Yeah, maybe this round I won't even bother doing that. I won't play as anybody else. Let's just do that only. Fuck, now it's getting a little bit intense though. Alright, fine. Maybe I should. I almost want to try them like in order or something. I don't want to just jump ahead or do somebody crazy, but fuck it. Or wait, I have 4,000, so why can't I do them? It must be because somebody else is doing them. Oh, here we go. I don't know what his abilities are even or anything. Lightning stun. Duelist exposed weakness. So here we go. We've earned this over the course of this map, and now we should be able to finish them off with it, but I probably won't. It's the blocking or the clashing of the sabers that is what I typically don't get. It doesn't feel maybe as fluid as it should. What? Oh no, I'm gonna lose because of that shit, or I got trapped in there. Perfect way to beat Dooku, dude. Don't tell me that'll take it away though. Fuck. Total valuable points 425, so now I go back to having none? Or what? Like I have to earn the thing again? Fuck me. That wasn't fair though. That was a perfect trap. Dooku gets outfoxed because he gets trapped behind a... You can't beat him in combat, but you can do that shit instead. You trap him behind whatever that was. Fuck. Yeah, a lot of people settle for these middle tier ones that you can keep playing as over and over. Right, like the Jet Trooper or something like that. Yeah, let's go here. Oh, this is way too far away now. It's interesting how it lets you just spawn at the thing. Are we really going to lose after all this time, or would it even count as a loss, or would they would get to go back down to the ground, and then they would get to fight to our ship, and then like it keeps going back and forth until somebody finally wins, or what?
General Grievous is here to aid us.
No, you're here to aid General Grievous, dude. Don't get fucking too full of yourself. Yeah, even the fact that he uses lightsabers too is such a clown thing because you can't step outside for like one fucking little second, dude. What if I just keep hitting that though? We'll end up destroying that without... Right, you don't even have to worry about killing them. I guess. Can't really tell exactly what's happening, but alright. Fucking at least he's giving me credit like I'm doing it on purpose as a sacrifice. Yeah, but I think that was a big missed opportunity just in how the series is presented. That you want to turn everybody into a fucking lightsaber user. Even, you know, machine like Grievous, or even the Sith, or even whatever. Even Yoda, who obviously that's not really a surprise that he uses it, but just fuck, man. Just the fact that they made such a point of it, or whatever. Rocket droid available. I just want to push this thing to its limit to see how well we can do with it, but apparently not too well. Okay, I keep doing that. Or this will turn into like Team Fortress Classic or some shit where it's like, I hear you like explosions, so we have a grenade launcher that shoots another whatever. It's just like non-stop explosions the whole time. Okay, dude. But see, even here, you still feel like you're making progress because you'll eventually keep getting enough battle points to actually do something. Yeah, let's try to play it maybe a little bit smarter somehow. Jesus, though, there's nothing you can do. You can't even move. I should have made that 4,000 last a little bit longer. Although I forget how healing and stuff exactly works when you're doing that for a long period of time.
Count Dooku is here.
Like, you will keep auto healing over time. Or that could be like one of those retcon force abilities, like force heal or whatever. Or is this trying to show like this is when Dooku was a good guy, but it's not, and we're not the good guys either, so I don't get it. Like what exact period this is, because it seems a little bit inconsistent. Fuck. B2 Super Droid, okay, hurry up. Default kind of takes too long. Maybe we should just wait. Okay, we'll go back. It shouldn't be this hard to do it. So now we're going to fail to do it because somehow they made a perfect final stand there. So now what happens? Do we lose or do we get another chance? We go back to the ground again. That'd be really insane. I can't believe we actually failed to do that.
Colonel Grievous himself. This attack must succeed soon, or we shall have to abort.
Doesn't seem that hard to just do it like this. You can just snipe it from here, but somehow if that one's destroyed.
To be destroyed.
Okay. We just magically do it at the end there. Like, what changed at that point?
Another feeble attempt to stop the most feared army in the galaxy.
Oh shit, we win regardless. Too many snipers, womp womp, GG. How did we just clutch it at the end like that as a team?
Would have learned to take better care of their things by now.
For like 10 minutes, we're just stuck, not making any progress, and then we suddenly just do that. That's insane. So I obviously wouldn't be on there, understandably. But see, a lot of that's going to be skewed by the fact that, whatever, like, they're using the heroes a lot and stuff, which is obviously the whole point of the game and a big part of it. But somehow, I almost like just committing to a role at the beginning and just only being that the whole time. But, so there almost should be a mode like that. Maybe there is. Supremacy heroes and villains more. Galactic Assault. Visit iconic, like basically the same thing, but just without heroes, right? With no heroes. Fast-paced close quarters combat. 2 teams of 8 players compete. I'm sure one of these is like that. I just don't know off the top of my head. You should try one where it's just Star Wars' most iconic characters pair up against each other in 2 versus 2 elimination showdown. Even heroes must work together. 8 players pit Star Wars' greatest characters against one another in 4-on-4 team battles as light side and dark side collide. Actually, let's try maybe the other one, because if there's fewer, then it kind of maximizes more what you're doing, so it's not much of a clusterfuck. Let's just try to actually understand what's happening a bit with this and just appreciate the fact that everybody's gonna dash every like 0.5 seconds, and I'm gonna get triggered by that animation. It's too abusable. I don't know. Although I guess we didn't get to appreciate it in that last game mode because there's too much going on. Like, most iconic characters pair up, team up in 2 versus 2. Even heroes must work together, but is it going to be like any 2, or is it going to be based on side, I guess? Okay, let's try him then. I don't know. Passive ability, health on elimination. Concussion rockets. Fires a concussion rocket, dazing enemies caught in the blast. Enemies are... See, like, this feels like, oh, I'm learning a character in Paladins or in Overwatch where you got to learn their abilities and then just do... It's presented in that exact way, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but... and obviously this could be like a pay-to-win type of bullshit mechanic, but whatever. Enemies around Boba Fett are revealed for a short period of time. His whole team, which Boba Fett disappears from enemy radars, can utilize unlimited jetpack fuel. Rocket barrage. A hail of small rockets is launched from Boba Fett's gauntlet. Yeah, I wonder what extent there was for, like, esports or anything in this. Starting as Boba Fett, but do we even have anybody else? We could do a 1v1, I guess. Would be fine with me. Why do we always have to do everything as multiplayer? That actually should be the most fun mode possible in this. Just let me 1v1 people all day in, as one of these heroes. So who is it? It's Anakin, and I don't even know who that other person is. You got Vader and Jango Fett. Who the fuck are they? Oh, at least here you would assume they have to be players. And they're not going to be bots because of just the way that this works. You got to use that mobility a lot. Which is very good, but I'm not necessarily the best at controlling it per se. Yeah, I clearly don't know what I'm doing, but... And Vader actually had some sort of respect for Jango, too. The way he would talk to him, like... I don't know, that he wasn't like super demeaning to him or anything. I don't like that thing, that you always end up losing because of that. Where the fuck is he? The hunter becomes the hunted over here. Okay, he's did pretty good, all things considered. I don't know how much I really did there, but... Winning team must choose new heroes. Okay, let's try Grievous. View abilities. Thrust Surge. General Grievous lunges forward, stabbing his enemy as he pins them down. Unrelenting Advance. Ignites 4 lightsabers, deflecting attacks and inflicting damage on anyone foolish enough to challenge him. F, I didn't even get C. Yoda and Luke now. Luke looks too casual how he's dressed and everything though. F is where you become like a spider or some shit? I don't even know. Okay, Maul's gonna have a lot more mobility, although we are pretty fast, all things considered. I don't know sometimes how the jumping and the mobility and stuff like that works, like where everybody can just float around like crazy and stuff. What the fuck? Fuck, I did it like the wrong way. Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. Or see, like, isn't this mode at least like very balanced where like everybody just goes in as a fixed hero? That everything should be pretty even when it comes to you're just going in with like a fixed preset criteria, aside from maybe the cards and whatever they're worth. Now this guy's just gonna clown him by cheesing in a spot that might be like this is like standing on the roof of Warsong Gulch or something. I don't know. So they won't be able to find him and just. But I guess it would depend on what hero you're playing as. like Django and stuff would be able to detect you on the map like that. But this is maybe some cheese established spot that everybody knows that you just use to stall out if you're salty and whatever. Fuck. Or maybe he's actually undesirably got caught in that somehow. Fuck is he doing, dude? This is the duel of fates, but Luke and Yoda are definitely no Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon's actually pretty weak the way that people would, view him in retrospect. The fact that he loses one-on-one to Maul. But then again, the way that Obi-Wan beats Maul is so stupid and contrived. It's like a major betrayal of game theory. Like, Qui-Gon should always have to help him and throw him his lightsaber or something like that. Because Darth Maul was able to beat both of them together, and then he just magically loses to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's the ultimate benefactor of plot armor. Like, Obi-Wan has to win, so he just wins. Even going against the almighty high ground of, like, Obi-Wan beats Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, just because he has the high ground, right? Even though Anakin is far more powerful and beat Dooku earlier in the movie, despite Dooku obviously being far stronger than Obi-Wan and tossing him aside like garbage. And then on the flip side of that, it's a case where, despite Darth Maul having the high ground and Obi-Wan being at the bottom of the pit and holding on for dear life, he's able to just jump over Maul and just pick up the lightsaber and just kill him just because that's what he has to do. So, like, Obi-Wan just always wins because he has to. I don't know actually what the abilities here are at all. We're going to lose to Rey. F is going to be the lightning. That one's at least like an AoE a little more, so. Or I don't even know how to do that dash that I keep complaining about. Fuck, I don't know anything. Yeah, maybe Django suited me because I can just fly around and not directly engage. I don't know how any of this shit works. Dooku's really gonna lose to fucking Rey. Yeah, where is the dash that I keep complaining about? I gotta look at actually the controls or something. Here. Key bindings change. Strafe left. Look down. Combat roll would be left alt. I'm assuming that's what it is. Let me try him again. View abilities. Chain lightning Q unleashes a burst of lightning which hits the target and spreads to those around them. Emperor Palpatine charges the air around him with force energy, damaging those around him. And then F is electrocutes enemies in front of him, immobilizing them. It should be left alt, I guess. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the cheese. See, like, look how much you can do it. That's the problem. And people will no doubt do it. That's the thing. Yeah, we kill him. I don't know, it must seem too easy once you get a hang of this mobility, which I'm just cheesing the fuck out of. At least I like the way they have Palpatine's playstyle. So these are actually players that we're beating, clearly, because we wouldn't have lost to them before if it wasn't for that. We'll try Maul, I guess. Who's very acrobatic. Furious Throw hurls his lightsaber, damaging all enemies he touches, which he never really even does that. Choke Hold uses the force to choke enemies before throwing them to the ground. Leaps forward, executing a high velocity lightsaber spin attack. Like, as soon as you learn how to cheese with the roll that I hate, although Maul's one of the characters where it actually would be justified because he does actually fight like that. When do you see the Emperor ever do anything? I guess he does a little flipping and stuff, but still. Oh, these are two of the best duelists of their time, though. Dooku and Maul together.
As fierce as a Tyrannosaurus.
Get the fucking mobility on this dude. Just stay on him. What the fuck? That is insane, though. Just fucking spam the shit out of it. This almost feels unnatural. Makes me seem like I'm actually doing something good, which means they must be bots. Just literally button mash the shit out of it. I don't even know what's happening. No, but the Emperor's playstyle is pretty awesome. I do like that. Let's see. Top hero was him, even though we won. What do you mean? He's the top fucking loser. Emperor Palpatine, Boba Fett, Darth Maul. Yeah, that is a pretty fun game mode. I almost would want to make like a little mini series out of this game, but I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like every hero gets their own permadeath life kind of thing, or what? But that wouldn't be right because there's not enough of them or something. Let's try another one of those, I guess. Yeah, I think the fewer there are, the better, because your performance will be more relevant. I almost really wish there was just a 1v1 kind of thing where you could just go in and just keep trying different heroes and stuff. Volusia. This is just the same one, isn't it? You will see 2 arrow icons next to your health. Oh, now we get to go as the other side, though. Let's go as Leia, but she doesn't really deserve that blaster. My god. Thermal detonators, rapid fire, squad shield. Deploy the squad shield at a location inside the safety of your shield, able to be protected from blast or fire, regenerate some health. Tell me each word. Vader and Kylo Ren. Oh, interesting combination. You know, she shouldn't be able to jump in any special way here. The thing you're not going to have here is the greatest mobility necessarily. Like, how does that feel? I don't know. You might say, oh, well, of course, that's realistically what would happen to Leia, but that's not how the game is supposed to work, right? Everybody's supposed to have the fair fighting chance. Or look how Vader's being all honorable, letting them have a 1v1. There might be some code of honor like that, but it's not really necessary, because if you're good enough to... You start off as a 2v2, so whatever happens, happens. I do like the little change they made to Kylo Ren's thing, though. Just the little hilt of it, basically. There's only so much you can do with a lightsaber to make it look, you know, different, but... Oh shit, now we get Vader versus Obi-Wan. Match 1 million after all the retcon kind of series and stuff. I don't know how to do those emotes and stuff. But see, they didn't have this level of mobility. Vader in particular wouldn't. Because they either try to justify it in the, you know, lack of effects and stuff in the movie, or just because he lost his limbs and stuff, so he's kind of a little more stiff with his movements. This is pretty badass just even to watch, though, because aside from the abuse of the fucking strafe that I find so triggering. But yeah, there should totally be esports and stuff for this, but see, it still doesn't feel like you're really clashing the sabers as much. It always just feels like you're getting a glancing blow on them or something. I guess you could just judge by the health as to what's exactly happening, but then the fact that it regens so much is a problem too. Because you can just kind of cheese that and it'll just go on forever. So any character with a healing ability is kind of cheese, even though we just had one. So Obi-Wan's about to beat them both by himself somehow. Or literally just stall it out, dude, for the whole 2 minutes, and then I wonder what would happen. they have 2 bars of red, we have 1, but I don't know what that means because there's only, yeah, what could that mean? Holy shit, dude. The original dual recolorized from fucking Alec Guinness versus whatever, but this isn't even the older Obi-Wan, so it couldn't be that. Fuck. Yeah, there's so many power level inconsistencies though, like, you know, if Anakin killed Dooku, and Dooku is way stronger than Obi-Wan in that movie, Revenge of the Sith, then how the fuck can Obi-Wan be Anakin? It doesn't even make any sense. Oh shit. Shit. Now how could that one be so fast though? How come that one was over so quickly if the other one... Oh, maybe you joined like in the middle of it somehow. Because like the first game we had to go back and forth for a while. Yeah, that guy was pretty good though. Palp's Wrinkly Balls. Leia Organa. Again, I'm not even going to blame her and say, oh, she's such a bad character or something, but... Okay, let me do one more of those just to see what it's like. The other game mode almost takes too long. Right, where you have to go and do the whole thing. The whole big battle, and then you end up on the ship, and then we did end up winning it though, and that was kind of almost a clutch ending with like 30 seconds left. At least you get a different environment here. Use Han Solo's shoulder charge to finish off enemies at a range. Yeah, see, even Han only has like 500 midichlorians, so that doesn't mean anything, but like, obviously he's not a Force user. Here we got Luke. Why do I spawn far from my team? Wait, what even is this though? Oh, this is like the 8 or whatever. This is not what I meant to have happen. Fuck. Why did I just run in there? Defeat. Yeah, see, we join and we immediately just die. Like, what's going on? Or not even die, but like we lose the whole thing. You keep joining in the middle or like an end of a match. Who is that even supposed to be? I'm Havoc #1, okay. At least it would be nice to know that these are actually players, which I assume, at least in a mode like this, they are. Yeah, generally, I do like this game. Just maybe a surprise, just... There's all these games that you hear so much shit about, like, oh, Destiny, and then I play it and I kind of like it. Even without the multiplayer element, just playing it like a single-player game. Or like, whatever. There's so many, like Anthem. Anthem I enjoyed playing as like a single-player story game. But you hear so much shit about it all the time. Endor... Most iconic characters, yeah, you will see a small shield icon next to your health when you are buffed with damage reduction. I'd rather play as the dark side, obviously. Fuck, and even as I say that, it won't let me. Okay, push. Damn it. What the fuck, man? Why does it always do that? I don't care even that we won, like I just want to actually play the game. I guess everybody just quits out, or there's not enough people to find in there. Top hero, it still won't even give me the satisfaction of showing that I am by default, even at 0. Getting a copyright strike and fucking banned for all the music in this. This might be one of those games you have to play without music at all, or I don't know. Because I keep mine so low, maybe it's not an issue, but like GTA 5 or something, you'd at least have to turn off the radio. And at least Rockstar finally did their own score for that game, so it wouldn't feel bad because you could just, you know, they should separate the sliders, like, just turn off the radio, but the music in the game itself, you can still listen to. We only had one where we actually got to survive and do something. Dog fighting against each other in elimination showdown. Even heroes must work together to survive. So yeah, I don't think I've even seen how that mechanic works of the ships. Kashyyyk, you get a small battle point amount every time you are defeated. Troopers have boost star cards that get passive bonuses, ability star cards to change your gadgets. Yeah, let's try him again. I did like him. You shoot the rocket, you fly around a bit. Although I guess that has nothing to do with the... That was just me using the jetpack overall. That's not really an ability. Hey Cynthia, how's it going? I don't think I've seen that emote before, actually. I don't know who this guy even is. Like, I should at least know these characters vaguely. Like, who is that? Who is that? I don't know why this is even considered like a combat unit that you're using on either side. But yeah, I don't know who that guy is at all. Like, at least I know him from the sequels, even though I haven't seen them. Equip and unlock cars. Why does it put you in the queue of this if there's nobody there? Like, why not just make me wait in the lobby then until it's actually ready? I don't really care about mechanics like this, but probably have to do it, or just to level the playing field. Or it is showing that somebody's there, but he's just taking forever to actually choose the thing. Or I love these animated emotes. Like, there's too many that are just kind of boring and stale, like the same thing. So I'm always a fan of ones that move. I should make some of my own, but I guess I'm too lazy to do that. Or at least I should revive some of my older ones. But I can't even figure out how exactly it works anymore. Generally, I'd say the player base of this game still seems okay. Like, we were having no trouble finding matches, but some of these are just weird. Either you're joining towards the end, or people just disconnect. I don't know what's going on. Gains health for each defeated enemy, which in a mode like this is not very relevant, but maybe in like the 40 versus 40 match thing, it could be pretty good. What the fuck, man? I'll just leave and rejoin, I guess. Or will that just quit the game overall? Gonna be stuck here forever. Boss. Darth Vader, it's not like he even says anything, he just breathes and you know it's him. Kylo Ren wearing the helmet, although he wasn't wearing the helmet when we actually saw him in the other game. Who the fuck is this? Iden Versio. Captain Phasma. General Grievous, Count Dooku. BB-9E. What the fuck? Imagine losing to that, even though we already kind of did. Okay, the timer expired. Or maybe this will give us our wish and be a 1v1. Because the other two guys are going to be AFK, or at least our guy is AFK. 1v1. Okay, but how would we even arrange that? Why the fuck wouldn't there just be a mode like that? Because you know everybody would like that. You might say it's not perfectly balanced, but... yeah, let's let them do it, and then... or, I mean, we are kind of 1v1ing. Kind of the whole point is like we're having two separate 1v1s at the same time. My use of this is not the greatest, but fuck off. He's pretty fast with that. I mean, that environment doesn't exactly favor me with the jetpack because you're... yeah, that is actually kind of a cool way to do it. You should both just commit to a 1v1, but you can't really guarantee that happening. But now, see, he's even gonna help, or maybe he's not. People maybe have a sense of honor actually in this community a bit. he's running around, so it makes him seem like he's involved, but he does have his double-bladed saber for a reason, like so that he can handle a 2v1. How dare I what? What did I do? Can go on for so long too, especially with the regenerating health and stuff. What?
All those years of training in secret could not help Darth Maul.
Okay, let's try him again. Or he's gonna do the same thing too. Yeah, let's try to, or is the map still gonna be the same thing? You gotta have more freedom to kind of fly around. Or no, now he's Grievous. Grievous, Anakin, and Chewbacca with the cool little goggles there. Problem here is you might end up falling. I don't know how this works. It feels so like out of control. I don't want to try to float above the whatever chasm either. Then I'll end up dying. Yeah, going inside of here is like suicide. Fuck, man, you're dead so fast. That's so unfair. Give me back my Poplio. Damn it, this is what keeps happening. Or, oh, I get it. It's like the bar represents the overall match. So, like, we have to win best of 3. So we already lost one. And presumably this one, too. I don't like when it's over that quickly. This map is kind of hard countering me here. He's got to choose somebody with a saber and just go like face roll like we did in the other game. Not saying that's actually good, but I mean it's at least better. And yeah, we got to use the little cheese dash thing too. Yeah, they do seem to have a certain sense of honor that they're not trying to double team him or anything. Some of these matches maybe just seem unfair though when somebody's so ranged versus so melee focused. This does look so badass though all the time. Certainly his mobility is very impressive, but somebody's gonna end up falling off the side here. Yeah, that's obviously a good defensive thing. Best offense is a good defense. Yes, he isn't. He's still doing the same dash thing that I always complain about. Oh shit, he just stood right in the middle of that. Okay, good for him. Let's do Palpatine, I guess. So does that mean that Anakin just killed himself out of respect for the fact that he won that 1v1? Even that's not really fair though, because Anakin won the 1v1 against me then, for whatever that's worth. Okay, Vader and the Emperor against who? Anakin and the little BB-8 or whatever it's called. I mean, there's some sort of implied thing that we're doing a 1v1, but I don't know. Oh, here we go, dude. Where is it? Even his best asset is the fact that he's so small. What?
Emperor Palpatine's reign of terror is over.
Imagine the Emperor loses to that, dude. That's how the greatest Sith in the history of the galaxy. What the fuck? These maps, man. I'm getting trolled by the map. So stupid. I'm even making fun of it. Like, oh, this is such an unfair matchup. You gotta know all these little tricks of it, I guess, but that's not like as if he couldn't use some force ability to slow his fall or to do something. He would just actually die like that. Or isn't this the same guy that we had in some other match? The Luigi, whatever. Or yeah, this is that fanfic thing where Anakin could fight himself, which you could say he's always doing, but... Okay, now you both have a 1v1 too. It's almost like that should be a fucking game mode, because... this is what people want anyway, which I'm a fan of it, but... Okay, so whoever wins this will be up 2-1. Enjoy 1v1s are boring, enjoy not playing. No, actually I kinda like the idea, but it shouldn't benefit us in this way. Like, I lost the 1v1, so then at that point it should no longer be a 1v1. They should just gang up and kill him, because so it should start off as a 1v1 where we both fight somebody different. Right, we both go in different directions, but then the result of that should determine the thing. It shouldn't be like I lose and then they wait, and then this guy beats both of them one after the other. Because then that almost makes it, like, not really penalize us for me dying like a clown like I did. This mobility is just a bit too much, though, dude. Two old men swinging broomsticks at each other like from the original is not exactly how this would be. And everybody just has this passive healing built in, which is not at all how it would work. And there's not enough decapitation of the limbs and stuff going on. As, like, any lightsaber hit would always do that. But yeah, isn't that like some kind of meme? Like, remember when lightsabers actually hurt people? But, like, look at this. This is like how Disney does lightsabers. Like, you can hit somebody with it 1,000,000 times and it doesn't do anything. If you hit somebody with it at all, it'll completely destroy whatever part of your body they're hitting. There's no, like, halfway. Like, oh, I'm just getting hurt by a lightsaber. I'm getting glanced by it. Although I guess that kind of does happen. When, before Luke gets his hand cut off in Empire Strikes Back, he does kind of hit Vader's armor and then he kind of, whatever, gets, like, flinches back. Where is our upside down homie? Who is that? Okay, what do we got? Let's do Maul. Furious Throw, Force Choke. Leaps forward executing high velocity lightsaber spin attack. F, E is the choke. Q is the, okay, is the throw. Yeah, he's all about mobility anyway. Yeah, 1v1, but it's like we do 1v1s in separate locations. Yeah, let me take on Rey. I shouldn't lose to that. Or we'll do like, we'll end up doing like getting Jedi Mind Trick off the side. At least this is where she was, where they were the last time.
He's powerful and full of hate.
Fuck.
Gunball is down. I wonder if he'll stay down this time.
Why am I so... I guess I go too aggressive and balls to the wall. You gotta space it out a bit more. Do you want some Type E? yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Dude, I haven't played this in years. Haven't you seen my stream title? Oh, the Australian dude? Yeah, he's not here today, I guess. Should have an Australian flag in his username or something because he's so obsessed with the fact that he's from there. Yeah, this is always pretty badass to watch. Like, now if he wins this, does that mean the other guy will jump off the side? Because just out of honor for him winning. Okay, so now whoever wins this will be the overall winner. Let's try that again, but let's not be as balls to the wall aggressive. Let's just take our time. It worked in that one game, though, where I was just sort of spamming it, and it did work. Some characters just aren't as good at dealing with that. Like, I don't know. Like, unless you have a lightsaber yourself, you can't really block it or anything. Uh-oh, I don't want to fuck with Yoda, though. I should take Han, and they should take whatever. Okay, we're gonna do, like, one little hit, and then we dash away or something. We take this path, let's see where they are. This is where she came out last time. Milestone completed. Become the hero. Pretty big map for only 4 heroes. Where the fuck is he? Oh, here we go. You gotta wait for your health to regenerate or something. Or they could just knock him off the side. Okay. Now we just wait and watch them. I'm not gonna interfere. Okay, so we did win because of that, and I knocked the guy off the fucking side. Fuck. That is pretty wild how you can get away with that. So what was it that did it? Was it the choke or was it the F that kind of maybe knocked him back? Top hero Dooku, Luigi Pro. It seems like this guy's been in a couple of our games, I think, so not that it's a surprise. Probably you will keep seeing the same people over and over. Okay, so I don't know why I even felt like doing this just randomly, but it was pretty fun. Although this is pretty fucking huge. It's like 100 gigabytes just to have this, which is weird with some of these multiplayer games. Like, they need to compress them better. That always happens with like NBA 2K and stuff. Okay, see you tomorrow.